It works itself.
Hi. Hey everyone.
Hi.
Thank you for coming to our presentation.
Yes.
This is actually like our first time doing this, so bear with us.
Yeah, I have a cold this morning, so please bear with my rudeness.
I didn't know you have to like hold this mic so close to you.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
So let's start with introductions. Very simple.
Yeah. My name is Steiner Palomino. I am the creator of New Era G, the actual graphic novel. It's my own original story, and I have today with me my brother. His name is Roger Palomino.
Yes, thank you. My name is Roger Palomino. I am co-creator of New Era G All Stars. Pretty much, it's basically a card game based on his characters of New Era G, and he did an amazing artwork on all the cards here. And today we're gonna have a very simple explanation of all the, well, not all the cards, of how to play the game.
Yep.
So let's get started.
Guess we get started. There we go.
All right. So what is New Era G All Stars? It's pretty much a random family fun card game that pretty much it's luck based, but it's supposed to be intended for a fun. It's intended for families to have fun, to bring families together. Because lately, everybody's been kind of disconnected with the cell phones, and everyone's into their own business. So we're trying to change that, bring some traditional family values.
Yeah, like if you guys ever played Monopoly before,
Yes.
old school stuff like that. And yeah, basically it's just gonna be like a family fun card game. So basically it's just like what you get from the game. You basically get cards and dices. And the game basically is easy to learn because it has like 3 phases. It has like a battle where you play with dices, you draw from the deck, and there's an end turn for everything.
Yep, and there's 3 types of cards in the backup deck. So we'll show you as we go along.
So basically it's just like a fun card game.
Right.
Let's get some excitement in this. Yes, some awesome pictures.
Yeah, so now we have, here we have star cards. Pretty much, star cards, they pretty much represent your health, your hit points, how many times you can get hit until you're KO. Now, there's 4 different colors, pretty much kind of like Uno. You pretty much have your own choice of colors, red, green, yellow, blue. So, pretty much, when you pick, let's say you pick red, you get 4 star cards that are red, and they go into your star cards and face down. And pretty much, they represent your health. So now, after you pick your star color, you then pick your fighter card. You have a series of maximum, when you first buy the game, it's 8 characters. You have 4 heroes and 4 villains in the game, and each one has their special abilities.
I was also gonna say, Raja, that each fighter that you choose, they're unique in their own way, because you could choose between a hero or a villain. Because that's like one of the original characteristics of the card game. Like you could choose to either be a good guy or a bad guy if you want.
Yep, and they all have like their own traits. That's why the H and the V are there on the card. Let's see. Well, we get a better close up when we press the next slide. So you get a better zoomed in shot of the card, because you can see each fighter card has their name, their trait, their zeal number, and pretty much their character ability down at the bottom here. It's important to know the zeal because it represents how fast you can roll first, pretty much, because you want to have the initiative, the control to roll first. And what's the uniqueness roll?
Oh yeah, the uniqueness rule is basically when you pick one character, you can only play with that one character. Also, we forgot to mention about the star cards. About when you pick a star color, you're basically playing with that star color set for the whole game.
Okay.
So basically, if we have like
that's true.
For example, here we go. This is a better interpretation of how the game is played.
Oh yes, and we forgot to mention it's 4 players. That's very important.
Yeah.
Just like Monopoly, Monopoly, 4 players.
Yeah, so basically, like the player who basically chose all the red stars, they're like, they get all the 4 red ones, and the player who chose the green, and so on. Alright.
Right, now, the object of the game is how do you win? Very simple. All you have to do is knock out your opponent by having 4-star cards flip, making them see 4 stars flip face up at the end turn. I emphasize the end turn because it's not, oh, I get 4 stars, I'm immediately knocked out. No, the end turn allows you the last chance for you to come back from defeat from your enemy. All right?
Thank you.
Yes, and so explain, so how do you take damage?
So basically in this game, I mentioned there's dices in the game. So the players who roll the highest is considered the winner, and players who roll the lowest are basically the losers, and the loser basically flips 1-star card on their fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
For that idea. Now, who rolls first? Again, I emphasize the zeal number. So when you first pick your character, each character has a set of different number of zeals. So pretty much whoever's the highest goes first. It's very simple, and then the next person has the next turn, and so forth and so on.
Yeah, each character has a different number, so there's gonna be like no ties or nothing.
Right.
But there are ties when you are doing dice rolls. Basically, ties are basically players who basically, like let's say she rolls a 10, I roll a 10, nothing happens. Also, we have a system called block, where you just tap your fighter sideways, which basically means you take no star damage, where you flip a star from before.
But Steiner, how do you initiate a block though exactly?
Ah, yes. Initiating a block is basically like if you roll 2 of the same numbers, say like snake eyes, 2 2s, 2 4s, any number. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and after you block, you're not able to draw during the draw phase. That's another important thing. Now, for the backup deck, this is the very interesting part where it comes to the backup deck. There's 3 types of cards you can draw. There are green, yellow, red. Simple to understand. So that's with green cards. Yeah, press the next one. Green cards, they're played automatically, and you can't hold on to them. So it's kind of like you see it, you play it right on the table right away. Yellow cards, you keep them to your hand. You make sure no one sees it because they're supposed to be a good tactical way to use on your opponent's turn or during your turn.
And my favorite ones are the red cards because they basically add more damage to your fighters.
Yes, it's the very interesting excitement of the game. The red card, avoid it at all costs.
Alright, then we enter the end of the turn, which is basically fighters that basically block that turn. You just turn them face up, like vertically from horizontal.
Right, and there's 2 more steps pretty much during the end turn. You have to ready your fighter after they've blocked. Then after that happens, then the next turn could be, if there's a card effect that's still being resolved during the end phase, that happens after that. And then after that is your fighter is then KO. So like I said, I emphasize it's not game over the second you have 4 stars. It's not like, oh, I have 4 stars, I'm out. No, you have a good chance to come back in the game. And that's just the basic overall, but it's better to, what's the phrase I'm looking for? I think practice what you see, or pretty much let's test it live example between me and my brother. We actually have a live demo for you guys to watch.
Yeah, would you guys want to see that?
Yeah, why not?
All right, cool. It's not that long.
Can't say no. Can't say
Cool.
Yes.
Any questions so far?
Pretty much.
Well, same question until the end.
Not supposed to be flipped face up.
Nope.
That's not how you do it.
You gotta put these face
you guys
down.
Face down first. So now, pretty much, we just do the zeal check. That's what we call the first turn. We want to decide who goes first. In this case, Rye O'Connor has 50 zeal, and he's automatically going to go first because I have 45 zeal. So my brother Stanner, he'll be making the first roll.
Yes. Now we're gonna move on to the battle phase. Battle phase is basically a dice roll. Both gonna roll. And the player who has the highest number is the winner of that round, and they pretty much inflict damage on the other player by flipping a star over.
Okay, so let's go.
Alright, here's my roll, guys. Let's go. An 8. Yes.
I roll a 4. No, hold on. Here, however, in this case here, I rolled a double, two of the same number.
That's a block right
Therefore,
there.
my character switches to defense position and indicates a block. A block is good for up to 2 times. The thing is, if you roll 3 times the same number, it counts as that result. So be careful how you roll the dice. So in this case,
that prevents
blocking,
cheating.
no damage
You
is
don't
done.
want to block forever.
So now there is no draw phase in this case, so now we go back to the battle phase again.
Yeah. Your fighters pretty much, they shift back to vertical position during the end phase. Alright, since no damage was dealt, we're gonna roll again. 7, alright.
Alright, here we go. Come on, 4, 5.
You got a 5, so basically I am the winner of that roll, and he has to flip 1 star, face up, indicating other players that he's taken damage that turn, and now we enter the draw phase. Basically the draw phase is he gets to draw from the deck.
In this case, it's a go card. I have to play it immediately, and in this case it says super hard. All players minus 1 star from their fighter.
If I had a star, I could flip it back face down as well. But in this case, when all your star cards are still face down, you just do nothing and move on to the next turn. Alright, let's go again, Eraser! Dang it, 4! No!
Okay, so, alright, here we go. 7.
Great, so I have to flip a star, take damage, but I get to draw. Yeah.
Draw.
No! I drew limiter die!
Oh man, that's a bad card.
Yes, it is.
Dang it. Basically, this card's gonna last with me until the next turn.
So,
So basically now, since I have to roll during the battle phase, I can only roll with 1 die.
Yep.
Here, let's go. 5, I roll a 5. While he gets to still roll with 2, which is so unfair.
Again,
Right.
avoid red cards.
7.
I couldn't beat that, so I take another star damage, and now I drop. Oh no! The Mega Bomb!
Wow, you just have bad luck today.
Oh man,
That's a bad card, if you haven't noticed.
I never normally do this bad. So pretty much, we're gonna start a new turn. However, this card called Limiter Dice has a second effect during the end phase. I can choose another fighter on the battlefield, and I can pass it on to them. Then after that player rolls, this card goes back at the bottom. So now, since there's no other player here and he's about to fall, I'm going to pass that card on to you.
This card sucks.
So now, since a new turn now begins, I get to roll with 2 dices. Yeah, double 8s.
And that's a
However, in
block.
this case, I'll use my character's effect here in this case.
Oh,
Once
no.
per game, you can change one of your opponent's die to 1. So he would have blocked this turn, but I'm forcing it to become a 5.
Yup.
Alright.
Cheater.
So now,
Okay.
so now I can only roll 1 die. I'm certain I could beat us measly 5.
Nope.
Take that. Yeah.
You forget
the battle
Mega
speeding
Bomb
up.
is another effect.
Oh, yeah.
You just passed 1 turn, so since you won the roll, the bomb sticks with the player who has the highest roll. So next turn, whoever rolls the highest will take 2 stars.
Oh man, and that will knock me out, guys.
So this card limiter die is gone now, and now I get to draw since I lost the roll this turn. And I draw. Oh great, Earthquake.
Oh boy.
Pretty much put this card next to the file with the least number of stars. In this case, I have the least.
I have 2 stars already, so that automatically goes to you.
Right, during the second stab my face, plus 1 star to the file with this card, and then put this card back.
Basically, it's a bad
So
card.
pretty much at the end of the next turn. I might lose this, boys.
Yep.
Alright,
Let's
new
get it
turn
on.
begins, and I roll. Oh, dang, a 4. Actually, 4 is good in this case.
Place your
You
bets
gotta
now.
roll
Who
both
wins,
blocks.
me or
Mega Bomb
my
is still
brother?
in play.
What do you guys think is gonna win?
Snake Eyes. No,
Yeah.
in this case, I won the roll. Therefore, he flips the
You're
star.
gonna win.
Therefore, I gotta flip a
Oh,
star.
him?
During the
Alright.
end, I'm going to take about 3 stars, so I might lose this turn. Hopefully, I don't. But let's see what happens.
Alright.
What standard draws?
Since I flipped a star this turn, I get to draw. Alright, come on. Alright. Speed up card, go.
I love that
Basically,
card.
I roll a die. Whatever number it is, those are the number of cards that go back at the
Yeah, if
bottom.
you guys
of
want,
the
you
deck.
can have a seat.
And this card goes back at the bottom as well.
And
However, speed up had another ability. If you were the last player to draw that card, or if you're the only player to draw, you get to draw again. Ha! No! Ultra
Alright. All players here, all their back
Pretty much that heals all players full power, and if they use their character's ability, they get to use it again.
However, he just took a bomb and an earthquake, so he's already about to get knocked out.
You see how he was winning, and then all of a sudden, no, I was winning to he so far. The battle changed.
Dice roll. Alright, 9.
It's a big number. Mark blocks. Wow, man. This might be the end for me.
This is the end for you, Eraser.
I lose.
You didn't enjoy nothing good.
That's how the game is played.
Yeah, Ryan O'Connor wins
Wins
again.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for that presentation. That's just for the people who just came in. It's pretty much called New Era G All Stars. It's a brand new card game that me and my brother co-created, and pretty much it's a very simple, easy game that anyone can play. And here is our fans' feedback from our last event. I believe, not Philadelphia. That one I'm still working on. The one before that, it's East Coast Comic Con.
Yeah, we wanted to hear feedback on what players who are like into card games and dice games, like we want to hear what they thought. So you guys want to hear their feedback?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Here we go, guys. And mind you, I asked them. They did it on their free will. I did not pay any of these people.
What's your name?
Yeah, go ahead, Fud.
Did you just threaten them? No, just kidding.
No,
Technical
how do I go back?
Technical difficulty.
Wait, no, I got it.
You got it? You got it?
I got it.
Okay, let me get out of the way.
Hey, what the hell?
Steiner, you're supposed to press the play button.
There you go.
And
My
there you go. And let it play. That's
My
it.
beat.
What's your name? Jarrell, alright. What did you think of the game?
It was really fun.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Great, I'm glad. What about you? What's your name? Justice. What did you think of the game? It was fun? You liked it? What did the dad think?
I like it. It was fun. It was challenging. You don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to pick the board up.
Awesome, thank you. What's your name?
My name is Marco.
Yes, Marco. So what did you think of New Era G All Stars?
I think it's actually a pretty good game.
What makes it good? What did you like about it?
But for one thing, I do like the randomness of dice rolls, which always had just a little bit of excitement because you never know exactly what you're going to get.
Okay, cool. Who's your favorite character?
The name was Brady, right?
Yeah.
Definitely, I think that would definitely be my favorite.
Yes, Brady O'Connor. Awesome. What's your name?
My name is Emma.
Emma, cool. What did you think of New Era G All Stars?
I thought it was a very original and unique game.
Okay, cool. What character did you play with?
I played with a fighter villain. I don't know how to say her name.
His name is Jensen.
Okay, played with him.
With Jensen. Okay, awesome. Would you recommend this for your friends and everything?
I am definitely going to go home and recommend this to all my friends that would want to play something like this. It's really cool.
Thank you. Alright, so V. What did you think of New Era G All Star, the card game?
She's like a famous cosplayer.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
cosplay.
Congratulations on that one.
So, it's really easy to adapt to anyone, but any of all likeness, any
Yeah, this is East Coast Comic Con. It was in New Jersey.
New Jersey, yeah.
It's fun. I enjoy it.
That's amazing. That's awesome. What did you play as?
I don't know his name. Oh, Ringo. Little guy. He's adorable. Never underestimate the little guy.
Thank you very much. What's your name?
I'm Dave.
Danny, cool. You just played New Era G All Stars. What do you think of it?
I think it's a pretty fun game. It's really easy to get the hang of to start playing.
Okay, who's your favorite character?
My favorite character is Boomer, because even if I'm going through my stars, I can still get another turn to come back.
That character is exclusive for extension booster pack, so he won with a big part.
My name is Brenda.
Okay, what do you guys think of New Era G All Stars?
This is the first time I'm playing it. I thought it was pretty awesome. I like the concept of it. It's pretty fascinating.
I really like the art of the cards. Very, very cool. It's a very interesting game, full of surprises. So it's really worth checking it out.
Awesome. So you have a favorite character yet?
I definitely like this guy. He's pretty cool.
That's my favorite character.
He's right over here, so a little bit.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
What's your name?
I'm Rebecca.
Rebecca. So, what do you think of New Energy All Stars?
First, the game was a little tricky to understand, but after a while, it's like very easy to understand, and actually pretty interesting.
Awesome. And what's your name?
Holly.
Holly?
Yes.
Holly, what do you think of the New Energy All Stars game?
I kind of liked it. It seemed a little difficult at first, but I kind of got the hang of it, and I really liked how I was able to play a hero over again.
Thank you very much.
And I do have one more comment.
Sure. What do you think?
Like with the game, like I actually like it how it's getting to rely on strategy more so than just like, okay, power by your opponent, boom, game. Like, with the risk of rolling a bad dice or like getting bad cards, like it keeps you on your toes. It's like you gotta know what cards to play at the right time, underlying reasons.
Exactly. Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you.
East Coast Comic Con,
Yeah,
I'm
East
with the
Coast.
Coach Gamer here, and I'm Roger
someone
Palomino,
know-
co-creator of New Energy All Stars. So, Coach Gamer, what did you think of New Energy All Stars?
I think it's a very fun and innovative game. I seen it like a year ago. It was an awesome game to play. And I just felt that when I first started learning how to play the game, it was like, it was a learning curve, but then it was so much fun because I was able to play with my cousin, and when I was being taught, there was so many characters, and it just became like something you wanted to play, but then you were like, yo, you're actually playing this game. And I actually, to be honest with you, I actually decided like that day, like, do I play Magic or do I play this? So I was like, nah, I'm gonna play this because it was easy to learn, really a lot of fun to play. But the game had depth, and that's what I
And the last question for you, Coach. Who's your favorite character in New Energy All Stars?
Can I pull the cards? This is my guy right here. He is awesome. And I'm always my favorite character.
Coach, over here, do you want any shout-outs to any fans?
Shout out to all my subscribers, all my followers, KOG members out there, and please subscribe to this guy right here, to his channel, to his work. Their work is awesome. And keep on gaming, and I'm just not gaming, real game. And I tell everything, you will have
That's the box game.
and this is what I started off with, and it was a lot of fun, man. And if you have four people, that's why I saw how I played with a group, and that was like the best time.
And that's the end.
That's the end of the presentation right here. So pretty much this is what our level of information left is that you can purchase this today at our booth today, and
Yeah, basically we're gonna be in the artist alley in the tent area.
yeah, we're like, where are we, like
We're probably like all the way at the end, like second to last.
second to last to the left of the
So yeah. We'll also have a demonstration set up there as well. So if you guys wanna try out the game as well, we'll be there all day basically.
Yes, people need to experience New Energy All Stars, and this is the perfect time right now for Q&A. If anyone has any questions on there's something that they didn't understand, or just any questions in general about us, we're open right now for Q&A. Let me talk live for you.
Any questions? It's okay.
So you did like a story on this, and then you put it into a game?
Yeah. I did basically all the characters you saw. They're my own original characters. Basically, I just like drew them and added them into the card game. So yeah, all the characters you saw there, they were basically my original characters from the comic book, which we also have at our table as well. We also have the graphic novels and comic books. Graphic novels are just gonna be like a hard, like a kind of like a paperback book, and the comic is just gonna be like a small comic that just shows you the first chapter of the book to see if you get enticed into it, you know, like if the story is good or not. You got a
How long does it take you to finally have it finally developed?
Oh, I can answer that one.
Yes, my bro.
That one, all right. So, well, which one exactly, the book or the game itself?
We'll start with the book first. Then the
Okay, that's on him.
Okay, you want to know exactly how much it took, or
how long it took?
How long it took? Okay, sure. When I made New Energy Volume 1, it took me like about a year, honestly, because doing page after page of just like panels. You're basically committing hours of work for like each panel. You know, so like, and each panel might be like more difficult than the next, and you gotta put as much time as possible in order to basically get a full completed page that has like, you know, good sequential arc.
And I can testify to that because I've seen him work days and weekends and weeks and months that I tell him, hey, let's go out, let's get something to eat, or let's go to a con, let's play a game or whatever. He's like, nah, I'm working, man. I gotta make my money somehow. So I was like, okay, so.
Yeah, and
now, all right. So as for the game, your question for the game, that one also took not about a year, a little bit less, like 9 to 10 months, because first off, we had to figure out how to get his characters onto pretty much into a card game that isn't the typical standard game like Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, even Vanguard maybe, if you guys heard of Vanguard. So we wanted to take a different turn because we feel that like the game pretty much, the standard game is, oh, I fight one person and that's it, but we have other friends to play with, you know, and so we figured, hey, why not put them all together in one shot? So we came up with that idea of Monopoly, so we said, okay, let's use that as a basis, and then from there we had to, figure out for 9 consecutive months which character should have this effect, which card should do this, and so forth and so on.
yeah, so yeah, basically the game took less time to make than say a graphic novel because the game itself needed like 30 different illustrations and probably like a couple of bit more to make like the illustration artwork for the fighter cards. So it was like much less than say your standard comic book.
Yes, so very good question, appreciate the answer. Does anyone else have any questions for the game or just in general about us or anything else?
Okay, that's cool.
Yes, we have a question here.
With the game, how is it, like, is it different than playing your traditional card game?
Yes, because a traditional card game, you would first have your own deck to work with, and you'd fight somebody one-on-one. That's generally how most card games are done.
Yeah.
Which card game have you played so far?
Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon.
Okay, so this one here, all you're just bringing is your fighter. You're not bringing no extra deck, because the game comes with its own deck that everyone pretty much draws from that one deck. Because it creates a balance in the sense where everyone's in danger. It's like, oh, you gotta constantly worry about yourself, and you know, if you're gonna get KO'd, like you saw how I was gonna get KO'd.
Yeah, like
pretty much you'd want to play a card that revives you, that heals you right before you're KO'd. And plus, it's kind of, I realized over the couple of years or months that we've been testing the game, it has a psychological effect on people, because like, no, it's true, because like in Monopoly, you know how you would want to bargain with people? We have the same thing, we say, oh, I have 3 stars, so you shouldn't waste that card on me, you should waste it on him. And then, and then later, when the person draws a card, it ends up screwing everyone else, but yet you still win, so. There's a little bit psychologically into that game.
Another funny thing about our game, some matches could end in a draw completely, where everybody gets knocked out.
That has happened.
So that has happened.
So it's funny when that happens too. So yes, to answer your question, it is not the typical card game. That's why we say it's like a family fun, 4-player game. So yeah. Very good question.
If you roll a 7 and he rolls a 4, do you get the star then, right? Like
Yes, correct.
Okay, okay. That's what I was trying to figure out if I understood that part right.
Yes, and from there then I would draw from the back of the deck that's in the middle of the pile. I would draw from that deck, and depending on what I draw, card effects would activate.
Yeah, but when all cards are played, they go back in the deck at the bottom. So that way the game, you know, basically it could still continue with like you drawing that same card that was drawn. You know, so it keeps the random ability of the game going.
Now there's in the deck, there's nobody that's the same then. So if you pick one of the villains and he picks the same, you can't pick the same.
No,
villain.
he can't pick the same character, exactly.
Okay.
So it's like a uniqueness rule. So if I pick Eraser, he can't play Eraser.
Exactly. Because then it would create conflict of who would go first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So you just walked in on Do you have any, I don't know.
I think he missed the presentation.
Okay, well, this is New Energy All-Stars. I wish you would have came earlier, but it's okay. You were busy, so it's fine. What else do you want to say?
All right, I guess this wraps up our segment of our presentation.
Oh, I have one thing.
Okay,
guys-
sure. Thank you.
You guys, when you got this whole game published and everything, and you invited your friends, what did they first think of it?
When they first thought of it, they were like, it's good, but because my friends, they're more competitive, where they want to make their own deck, they're like, it's so luck-based. I'm like, yeah, that was the idea. In Monopoly, let's say you want to own Park Place.
Yeah.
You're not gonna guarantee to land there, you know. It's luck of the dice, you know.
Yeah.
So we just want to create something fun. But overall, they still had a good time.
Yes, they did. They did, and they
You
were
guys
all.
let your parents play?
No. Our parents are like, I don't know, like too old.
Well, one's working and one's just retired. He just doesn't feel like doing anything.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, our friend.
I kind of want to try it.
You want to try it?
Yeah.
Sure. Our demo is gonna be outside in the tent.
And the 10 outside.
So when we leave, you can follow us if you want.
Yeah, definitely follow us.
It's actually a 4-player game, so you all could play it if you want.
I was gonna say that. Oh, to add on to what you were saying about when we tested with our friends. At first, the game we first tested was in the alpha stages when we only tested with 3 stars, not even 4.
Yeah, so people were losing really fast.
Yes, very quickly in like 1 or 2 turns. So we were saying, okay, let's add some more stars because people don't want to lose that fast.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think
Now,
that-
are you guys planning on like a second phase to the game?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, that's a very good question. We're basically trying to come out with more expansion sets. We actually have one that it came out recently. Basically, it's to basically give you more characters to choose from instead of just 8. So you could choose even more characters, and each character has their own unique
And they're
effect.
gonna add on to this first game then?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, that's
We
cool.
have the expansion pack. It's called Masters Pack. Pretty much you would have 8 more fighters, 4 more. So you get 4 villains, 4 heroes. Add on to the rest of the 8 already, and then you'd have special equipment cards that only they come into play with at the start of the game by themselves. So it adds, because we have gotten, I'm not gonna lie, we have gotten some complaint about it's too luck-based and that they want to have some form of control. So we kind of listened and said, okay, these characters that come into play, they have better effects and they give you more control as opposed to the original 8. That's somebody, you want to say something?
I was gonna say that those are for competitive players, basically, because they want to have like, I don't know, like a card advantage. Basically, at the start of the game, they'll have like cards in their hands. So, you know how like when you start a brand new game, you don't really have nothing in your hand. These new cards, they basically give you like just a hand of like 2 or 3 cards in your hand, or 1.
And pretty much we'll wrap this up. Pretty much we're saying thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you very much, guys.
This is rainy day because nobody wants to be here. But thank you very much for taking up
it's
rain.
raining cats and dogs.
Yes, and that this game will last as long as the fans continue to help us and promote the game. So it's up to you guys and everyone else that's who knows about the game to help it grow, because otherwise it'll be here for a while, but like everything else, all good things will end.
Actually, I was gonna, sorry to cut you off, Raj. I was gonna say, would you guys like to see the commercial? It's only like 30 seconds long.
Sure.
Alright?
Yeah.
I gotta go online.
Let's hope we can go online from here. I didn't even
Should be
know.
able to.
Let's hope.
I got online upstairs. Sure.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I'm
I
actually.
hope so. No,
Yeah, because our last event, I'm actually working on a new video that I just finished last night, well, this morning, I should say, about our trip on Philadelphia Wizard World Comic Con. It was pretty crazy, and we pretty much, it's not the same thing because we have more videos and recording. Huh?
What you look up are the things you recommended on menus. Oh, this is like the library's computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Try to maximize it if possible.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and oh, before you play, this was an old commercial, so therefore the price on this, do not take what it says as the price, because it was the first prototype price. Or no, price, not price. Okay, go ahead.
Alright guys, enjoy.
URG All-Stars, based on the hit comic series URG. Enter battle with 3 friends and choice of star cards. When a fighter has 4 star cards from face up, that fighter is KO'd. Don't give up. With the help of the backup deck, your fighter has a chance to make a comeback. URG All-Stars is now available in stores, only available at URG.com.
And that's our company logo.
Yes, and I did the voice if you're wondering. I also did the music in that video as well. This is about wraps up. So thank you again.
Thank you.
And we'll let Adam settle right now.
Yes.
Thank you again, guys.
Thank you so much, guys.
Oh yeah, be sure to visit our booth.
Thank you.